What is up, hooligans? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and we'll check on all the chats. So let me know how you guys are doing today. And then, of course, we will be getting things started. First, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to join the website, right now is the time to do it. Go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can watch the days live, you can post in Hooligans Alley, and you can hang out with all the hooligans in the group chats. Plus, you'll be able to join us on Fridays, 6 p.m. Eastern time for our voice chat, which is a lot of fun. So definitely go get you a membership for jeffmaclive.com. We're going to be starting off with a video titled Another Major U.S. Company Scraps DEI Efforts, talking about Lowe's. Trying to think who's all under that umbrella now. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because once they went DEI, I pretty much wrote them off. But either way, Lowe's is trying to make their way back to common sense. Then we got a video titled Neglected Duty. Former Levi's executive blasts the LPGA over transgender golfer. The LPGA. It's so hard not to say the Rainbow Crew. Is women's pro golf. And, of course, there's a dude in a dress trying to get in the professional league there. Sounds like it's working, too, unfortunately. Then we got a video titled, This is Even Worse Than You Think, talking about X being banned in Brazil and global censorship and how that's all working. We've seen a bit of it ourselves, but like out in the UK, they're being arrested over Facebook posts. It's not good. It's not good. Then we got a video titled, Trump Speaks Out on Indictments. This is an interesting video. They're trying to say that President Trump admitted to interfering with the 2020 election during a rally. He said something along the lines of, they're accusing me of interfering with the election, but as president, I have every right to do that, or something. I don't know. He was a little loose with his phrasing, and now they're saying this is an admission of guilt. And they're trying to act like he just admitted to being guilty for that Georgia case on interfering with the 2020 election. It's just a mess right there. Then we got a video. Let me see here. It's titled Volunteers Showing Up to Aurora to Take the City Back. This is individuals going to Colorado to stop the Venezuelan gangs. This is some vigilante justice going on. That's what's going on. The justice part hasn't happened yet, but the vigilantes are showing up. There's also been videos over the weekend of people claiming that Hell's Angels are also heading to Colorado to try and fix the Venezuelan gang problems. We'll see how it goes. And we got a video titled, They literally cut the feed when this dude started exposing Tim Walz. This guy was putting Tim Walz on blast saying, yeah, he says he wants to debate, but he really don't want to debate, and here's why. And as he was explaining it, they dropped the feed on him. Like, they totally cut the feed on him. Then we got 3 videos on Hyena Harris before we get into the good stuff. The first one's titled, Harris's New Accent. Harris was in Detroit and wanted to try and talk like Michiganders do in Detroit. If she ain't from here, she shouldn't talk like that. Then we got part 2 of that. We have a second example of what I'm talking about. Then the third video is Camilla speaking in front of black people, which is just a funny video. It's just a funny video talking shit about her. Then we have a feel-good video of the day, and we have our funny video of the day. The feel-good video is titled, Trump Wants to Make America Great Again for Everyone. And then our funny video of the day is titled, Trump Doesn't Play Games. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Josh D? What's up, Russell? What's up, Annette? What's up, Breeze by You? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Dan? What's up, Livid Review? What's up, Zero? What's up, Damsel? Happy freedom, you hooligans. And happy birthday to you, Zero. I hope today kicks ass for you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for spending some of your birthday with us. You're awesome. Let me see here. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Wayward, you were first today. I appreciate you racing to the chat, Wayward. Russell, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. Breeze by You, you were omnipresent as well. What's up, MU? What's up, Addie Walker? Happy Freedom. What's up, Matthew? What's up, Free Thinking Texan? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Break a Leg? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Cricket Kiss? What's up, Seppa? What's up, Paul? What's up, All Rise? What's up, Fitzy? What's up, Brian? Happy Freedom. Did I get you, Paul? Happy Freedom to you, Paul. If I didn't get you, appreciate all of you guys being here. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Shannon? Happy Freedom. Let's see, what is going on here? How close are we to hitting the fan? I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. We're just in the ebb and flow. We're just in the up and downs. Nothing too, the sky ain't falling yet. That's what I'm trying to say. The sky's not falling yet. Cash flow, happy freedom to you. If Hell's Angels got involved, it's not going to be pretty. Yeah, cash flow, but I'm not convinced that they're actually there. There's a video of like bikers going down the road, and people are like, yeah, that's the Hell's Angels, and they're going to Colorado to do all this stuff. It's like, is it that? Or are you just in traffic and you're making propaganda on the fucking internet? You know, like, it's really hard to tell. I haven't seen any actual Hell's Angels in Colorado, but these guys, this video I got, they're a couple of yahoos, but it's okay. They have good intentions in their heart. I could tell from the tattoos on their head, but it's all good. You'll see when we get there. What's up, everyone over on Twitch? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lisa? Lisa, were you the one asking me about making year memberships on the website? Because I just remembered yesterday. I totally forgot, and I remembered yesterday, but I had to figure out who asked me for that, and I got to write it down. Anyways, trying to keep my thoughts together. What's up, Southern Eagle? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Grey Wolf? Appreciate you being here. And what is up, everyone over on the communism tube? Mr. Satan, you were first over here. Shanti, you're omnipresent. What's up, Sly Dog? What's up, DB? What's up, Patriot Roy? Let's see, what is your name? What's up, Doreen? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. You guys are welcome to hit the like button over on the censored platform. That's totally fine. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. My back hurts. You see me making faces and shit. I got a pinched nerve right below my left chicken wing, and it's fucking me up. So you see me making faces, just know that's what it is. I know you. Every time I make faces, everyone's like, Jeff's got someone under the desk. You mind your business. So this first one's titled Another Major U.S. Company Scraps DEI Efforts, which of course is a good thing. Now before we get into this, I want to remind you guys we have these, I almost deleted it. We have these Trump Fight t-shirts. Comes in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, and dog tags. Today I got on the Plain Jane Jeff Mac t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over on the merch store and new designs coming. Definitely go check everything out. I will drop the link in the chat while we're watching this first video.
Lowe's scrapping their diversity, equity and inclusion programs after facing pressure from activists. Robbie Starbuck led the charge, and he joins me now. How did you get Lowe's to give up on DEI?
Well, you know, Stuart, we looked at this from a new vantage point. We looked at all the companies across the American landscape and said, which companies depend on the conservative consumer? And let's hold them accountable for what their values are. If they're proud of them, they'll stand by them. And if they're not, they'll prove to be exactly what we thought they were, which is a house of cards. You just needed somebody to push the cards, and soon these companies will fall like dominoes.
Did you threaten a boycott? I mean, did you threaten a boycott?
I did. I reached out to the executives. I let them know that we had collected a very, let's say, embarrassing set of facts about where the company stood on many issues, and set them aware that we were prepared to run a story, but we like to be very up to date with our stories. So we asked if anything had changed or if there was any sort of comment that we should be aware of before we run a story. And so with that advance notice, we sent that last week. And then yesterday I woke up with an email in my inbox from an anonymous source, passing on an email that went out to the company and their employees, letting them know that they were dropping a ton of their woke policies that we had issue with. And one of my favorite specifically is they jumped out of the HRC CEI social credit scoring system, which essentially is a far left Trojan horse for left-wing politics.
My comment would be that a boycott hurts everyone in the company, not just the executives who made the decisions on DEI. Is that justified?
Absolutely. My family survived communism, and I can tell the American people right now, if we don't get this straight, we don't get it right, we are facing the same sort of communist beast that my family had to flee in Cuba. The only difference is you have nowhere to run to. My family was able to go to America. There's nowhere for you to go to be free. If we don't stop this,
who are you aiming at next?
Next Next up, we always keep that a secret. There's going to be one announced later today, though. So if people follow me on X, my amazing subscribers there have really powered this revolution in corporate America to bring back sanity, and we're going to drop the next one there.
You compared DEI programs to communism. That's going a little far, isn't it?
Not at all. No. Ideological capture is the point of DEI programs. It's a Trojan horse for left-wing policy. Equity in itself is a Marxist concept. So if you're looking at this from that vantage point, it's saying you need to take from others to be able to build up, which is the enemy of excellence. If they want to build up those who do not perform as well, and by proxy take from those who do perform with that excellence, that is basically the bedrock of communism. And beyond that, you don't need politicians to come out anymore and adopt communism wholesale to be able to say, hey, this is a modern form of communism. Because if you can ideologically control these companies, it's just as good as being able to control them in total for the state. So if politicians can control it without the PR hit of coming out and outright saying we're communists, they would much rather do that.
Robbie Starbuck, thanks for joining us this morning. You've made your point. We'll see you again later. Thank you, Robbie. Good to see you.
Yes. Like I've been saying, DEI is dying. It's dying all over the place because it's not profitable. It's not profitable. Those rainbow crybabies, they don't make money. They don't like working. They sure as fuck don't like earning things. They like free money and free stuff, and free money doesn't come in that large of amounts. So enabling these people and aiming towards that being your market audience as a business is ignorant. It's ignorant. Now, I used to think that way about people who make kids stuff. People make toys or kids program. I'm like, why do you do that? Like, kids don't make money because parents buy their kids whatever they want. Okay, but in these DEI situations, there's nobody holding the bag. Nobody's got money over there. They're a bunch of broke people. They're lazy. They smell bad. They do drugs. They're all fucked up. Why are you aiming at that being your market audience? It doesn't make sense. So then they start seeing these numbers decline because on top of that, the people who are paying the bills, the people like me and you who come in and buy shit on a regular basis, well, once we hear that you've gone woke and you got the DEI shit, we're not showing up to buy your shit anymore. So the only people who were keeping the lights on around that motherfucker, we're not shopping there anymore. So I think people are realizing this. I think they're seeing that going DEI, going woke, is just a bullet in the foot. That's all it is. You're just shooting yourself right in the foot as a business. It doesn't make sense to, I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, but to aim at those people as your target audience. That doesn't make any sense. And these people are figuring it out. They're figuring it out. We keep seeing these companies, and I always want to be like dropping DEI because they could always bring it back. As soon as some new thing pops up, Harris says the right thing on stage, they could always bring that DEI stuff back. But to see them walk away from it is good symptoms. Those are good symptoms because, as I've been saying for a couple weeks, it seems like things are starting to turn in the other direction. We were going like so woke that we had Drag Queen Story Hour every weekend. Now we don't even hear about it. And I think that's a reporting issue more than it not happening. But it seems like people are getting tired of the woke shit. And even normies are starting to choose normal life over woke bullshit. At least that's my perspective on things. Next up, we have neglected duty. Former Levi's executive blasts LPGA over transgender golfer. This is sort of obvious. There's a dude trying to get into the ladies' PGA, which is pro golf, whatever, pro golf circuit. And it's looking like he's going to make it in there. And I mean, I guess I'm not that surprised. Hello. Yes, they can hear you. I know. Not that surprised considering we were watching a dude punch a girl in the face in the Olympics. So not really surprised to see a dude in women's pro golf. But that's what's coming up next, unfortunately. But first, we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think of that first video there. We got Claus Daniels here co-hosting today. Breeze by you, I cannot believe anyone thought Drag Queen Story Hour with kids is a good thing. What the hell? Yeah. And I remember covering a couple lives around that stuff and seeing people with their kids walk into the building. Like, to be pissed off there's protesters outside and be like, you guys need to leave us alone, as they escort their child into a building where they're going to go witness a drag queen show. Like, it's so messed up. It's so messed up. It makes me think of like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think that's what it all comes down to for me. Because my mom used to love that shit. And when I was a kid, that shit was on the TV all the time. And I remember being so confused watching that shit. And then even more confused, why the fuck does my mom like this shit? And I just, I don't think I'll ever shake that. I don't think I'll ever shake that. But I imagine, like, what if you took a 5-year-old and had them watch that? And then just don't give them any context. Just be like, this is great. This is good. This is what you should want. That's wrong. That's child abuse. Like, that's just simply child abuse. You might as well take a kid into a bar and look at the drunk people fighting and kissing on each other and falling off their fucking bar stools and be like, yeah, this is good. This is good stuff. This is stuff you're going to want when you get older. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. People are bad. Got a few bad apples around here. We need to throw them out. What's up, Tom Tom? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cassandra? Happy freedom. Russell, glad to see the DEI policies going away. Yeah, they need to do away with it in the military and stuff. We need real big people to start doing away with this DEI stuff. And if DEI is supposed to be great, why do they get so mad when someone is called a DEI hire? That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. This is Cat Daniels with spiders. That's what he does with spiders. He just goes and he just kind of pets them and kisses them. I'm like, kill the damn thing. He's like, but Dad, I can't. I can't do that. Violence is wrong. I'm like, stop it. Kill the damn spider. Don't kiss it to death. Brian, Rocky Horror, most overrated cult film ever. Sorry, I geek out. Watch Phantom of the Paradise instead. I don't want to watch any gay shows. I had to see more of that against my will than I ever would like to admit. I don't want to watch any of that stuff. Paul, Rocky Horror scared me as a kid. No thanks. Yeah. Well, I thought it was weird too. I mean, I've never even seen it as an adult. I should go watch it so I could probably fix some things that are wrong with me because of watching that at such a young age. I just remember, like, the people getting stranded, and then there was like a scene where there's blood sprayed all over the door, like one of the caretakers had killed one of them or something, and then it was showing like another couple coming in, and the one guy's like in bed with his wife and all this shit, and I don't know. I just remember being a kid and being like, what am I watching? Like, what is this? And then they're doing all the gay singing and so I don't know. I don't want to get into it. Bringing up my childhood. It's not good. What's up, Bill? Happy freedom. Did you know the Fallout 1 and 2 and Tactics are free on Epic Game Store? I did see that, Bill. I did. And thank you for letting me know. If you guys want to get into Fallout, you can get the Epic Game Store. I don't know if you can get it on console, but you can get it on PC. And you can get the first 3 Fallout games for free, like Bill just said. That's a pretty good deal. Free is good. Now, I already own all that stuff because I bought it years ago because I love Fallout. Love it. Love the shit out of it. I actually own 3 copies of 3, and I got 2 copies of Vegas. Just because they were good deals, and I love it that damn much that I bought extra copies of the game. But yep. Epic Games, they're doing a deal right now. Brian, some of the chicks don't smell bad, to be fair. Those protesters, they're standing next to somebody that smells bad. Either way. Brian, DEI is not dead yet. Don't let your guard down. Yep, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's like Bud Light. Bud Light, they went woke, and everybody shit on them. And now they're putting out commercials with Shane Gillis, trying to be funny, trying to relate to Americans again. Some people are going back. Well, and then Trump kind of did that too. Trump was like, oh, we need to give Anheuser-Busch another chance. And then Trumpers just was like, you changed my mind for me, and went out and started buying Bud Light again. Not me. I don't work like that, but a lot of people did. And like I said, they could always bring it right back. They'll put out another Dylan Mulvaney can or whatever his name is. They could do it next week, you know, and everybody forgave them for their woke bullshit. That's the problem. That's the problem. They'll do the antics to cause DEI. To cater, that's the word I was looking for, to cater to those rainbow people, but then they'll turn around and do the same thing the other way. They'll do another stunt, publicity stunt, to try and be like, whoop, we're sorry. Come back and drink our beer again. And then as soon as it's convenient, they'll do some more DEI shit. They'll do some more woke shit. Yup. What's up, Abusive? Happy Freedom. What's up, Prison Hug? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, 6ix9ine? Appreciate all of you hooligans being here. All right, seen a Budweiser truck a couple days ago that said we support our military. Oh yeah, that's what I've been seeing a lot too. A lot of Bud Light and Budweiser is showing a lot of military stuff, patriotic stuff, things like that, because they're trying to get forgiveness. What's up, Taryn? Happy Freedom. What's up, Daywalker? Happy Freedom to you. Bit of a daywalker myself. If you haven't seen that Shane Gillis special on Netflix, he is funny. He is pretty funny. What's up, Jay Muzo? Happy Freedom to you. Lisa, socialism is communism with lipstick. Yep. Socialism is the bargaining tool for communism. That's what it is. Socialism looks really good until communism moves in right after them. And then all of a sudden you realize socialism was just a salesman and they sold you communism. That's bad. That's bad. I hate the stupid little reaction thing they put on the YouTube chat. I can't never read the last, whatever the chat on the bottom. I can't ever read what it is because stupid heart emoji there. J-Dog, Bud Light been sitting on the shelf for months now. Yeah, and they're sitting warm. Because, you know, they make them big pyramids and shit at Walmart where the whole thing's made out of Budweiser and Bud Light cases. That shit sat there all summer. It sat there all summer. That's why you see deals. Like, hey, you can come get a 28 pack or whatever the Bud Light equivalent of a 30 pack is, and you can get it for $2. It's like, wait a minute, $2 for a case of beer? They're like, yeah, it tastes like last summer. We're like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want your gay beer. You get up out of here with that. All right, hooligans, we're going to get on to this next one. This is former Levi's exec blast LPGA over transgender golfer. Like I said, there's a dude in a dress trying to make it into the ladies PGA. I assume that's what the L stands for on the LGP. I can't say it because I just want to say LGBXYZ shit. Anyways, ladies golf. Got a dude in a dress trying to participate, and we can't have that. Let's get into this, and don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
Jennifer Say, former Levi Strauss & Company brand president, joins me now. Jennifer, I have to tell you, I don't want that kind of thing coming to America. Who needs a pack of lawyers to decide whether that's a vital call or not a vital call, whether it's important or not important? We don't want to become bureaucratic like this, do we?
Yeah, I don't want government intervention in this kind of thing. Not to mention, if you work for a global company, calls might come in, emails might come in at all hours. Yeah. That can't be stopped. That can't be helped. I worked for many years at Levi's as a global leader. I managed people in over 200 countries. Right. Morning for me is evening for them.
We're in the news business. I mean, can you imagine any of our folks who'd put this show together being completely out of the loop because they don't want to take the call or they don't want to take the email? It's out of the question. On this,
yes,
last word to you on this. Last word to you on this one, okay? Right.
Yeah, less government intervention, no government intervention. Let businesses run their business the way they see fit.
Yes, indeed, Jennifer. Now, let's get serious. Former LPGA Tour golfer Amy Olsen. She's speaking out against the transgender golfer Hailey Davidson. Olsen called Davidson's involvement in a game unfair to the women who've worked too hard and too long. All right, Jennifer. How do we decide who can compete in women's sports? Is it a matter of testosterone levels or chromosomes? How do you do it?
Chromosomes. Women's sports must be for XX only. That's it. Right now, I will tell you, Stuart, the women's category is basically open to everyone. Men who say they are women, men who are XY that have DSDs or differences in sex development, even women who say they are men. Women who say they are trans men compete in the women's category. Right now, the women's category is open to everyone. And that's how we get this situation. Haley Davidson, a failed male golfer, competed at the D2 level, won 0 awards, has switched over to women's, and is now about to qualify for the LPGA, the highest level in women's golf. I mean, it's not right. The single biggest determinant of athletic performance is chromosomes. Not steroids, not any of that, but your born sex. How can we allow this? It isn't fair to every single woman vying for a spot in the LPGA. Haley has advanced to the next round. It's a zero-sum game. Only 95 women advance to the next round. He's shut out a hardworking female golfer.
So chromosome XX, you're in. XY, you're out of women's sports. That's it, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry if it seems unfair, but sports are not about validating identities. Sports are about the governing bodies have an obligation to create as fair and level of a playing field as possible. And the LPGA has neglected that duty.
Jennifer, thank you very much for being on the show and pointing out.
Yup, doing a dress, trying to play golf with the ladies. An abomination. So that actually made me think of a video that I had seen a couple days ago. I guess in the adult industry, trans porn is doing big numbers. So big of numbers that ugly women are trying to pretend to be transgender women to try and sell more adult content. And the rainbow community found out, and they're trying to cancel these 2 girls because they're saying they're not actually trans, that they're women pretending to be men pretending to be women to do adult content. And the rainbow community come out and they said, well, you're not trans. And the girls said, well, how do you know we're not trans? And the trans community said, because they're too pretty to be trans women. And that's how they know. It's because they don't look like trans women. You mean you don't look like a dude in a dress? Is that what you're trying to fucking say? And so it's really hilarious where we are, but at the same time, that's how bad it's affecting women. Is that women are starting to try to portray men in dresses to try and get a leg up because there's so much emphasis on dudes in women's sports or women's anything, including adult content, that now women feel the need to compete with dudes in dresses on their level. Like, if I pretend to be a dude in a dress instead of being a woman in a dress, I'll do better in the world. That's the thought process that's being sold right now. And that's what's going on. And you're seeing it in adult content and probably in other places too. But that blew my mind. I was like, I can't believe that the industry is so jaded that there's women pretending to be dudes, pretending to be women to sell adult content just because the algorithm's working in their favor right now. It's a fucking mess. We're living in a mess right now, living in squander. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. And they need to do something about these dudes in women's sports. Like, they need to do something about it. Anybody who's in charge of fucking anything to do with sports right now should be let go or even incarcerated to certain degrees. Because it's wrong. It was the whole point. We got so much time spent forming female sports for females so they would have their own leagues and could compete against each other, have their own awards, have their own TV programs and all that kind of stuff, you know, showing the sports on TV, having a schedule, having a crowd of fans that look forward to that all the time. We did all that work just to turn around and put dudes in those sports. Stupid. This is dramatically affecting all of us, and it sucks because a lot of the things that are going on, we won't see the results of it for like 10 or 15 years. When these kids, the people who are kids today, when they're 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and they're going to be telling their story and we'll be living amongst them, we're going to see how they're all fucked up because of the decisions made today, because of the things that are happening today. They're going to be so fucked up. Look at the kids from COVID. The kids that went through the lockdown, now they're going into middle school, high school, and they can't read and write. They don't know how to fucking write their own name in cursive. because of the damn lockdowns. Now, we knew that was going to hurt people, but for the next 15 years, we're going to see how bad it really hurt people. And this is the same way. These sports is the same way. To make women feel inferior to dudes in dresses is wrong. That's wrong. And it's crazy because you don't see anybody talking about oppression. They could. They could absolutely do it. You could have women out there in the streets in large numbers protesting their ass off about this being wrong, and you don't see it. You just don't see it, and it's fucked. It's like a silent battle going on. I don't know, but that's why we got to vote for President Trump November 5th, because he's trying to take dudes out of women's sports and all this other stuff. You know, he's cutting funding to any school that participates in all that shit. Got to get the Orange Eagle in. Next up, we got a video on censorship. It's titled, "This is Even Worse Than You Think. X has been banned in Brazil." And they're talking about global censorship as well in this video. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat. And before we do that, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Reading through and we'll get on to the next one. Yes. Russell, I can't type, but I don't blame COVID. Yeah, I don't blame COVID either. It wasn't COVID that did the shit. It was people being scared of COVID that fucked everything up. Zero, I hope they're just mocking the fakers. I don't know. Women are affected psychologically all the time. All the time. That's why they have body dysmorphia so bad. I mean, I understand dudes and gender confusion, but that's not what I'm talking about. Women going without eating, women using laxatives to stay skinny, throwing up to stay skinny, that kind of stuff. They are constantly being attacked psychologically. And so to have an acceptance of dudes in their sports, in their locker rooms, in their bathrooms, I'm sure is doing a huge number on their psychological health, because women are like 100% of the time they're awake, they are under a psychological attack for their identity. It's everywhere around us. It's everywhere around us. Just look at little kids. Look at little kids that are girls and watch how they think it's important to be pretty. That matters so much. You'll see dudes do not lift a finger to try and be pretty. Women will empty the bank account to be pretty. It's not even important. Being pretty is not important. I look like shit right now, and I'm on TV in front of everybody. God only knows who's watching me right now. Literally couldn't care less. Just don't care about vanity. But women will spend 2 hours before leaving the house just to brush their hair, and then bitch about people looking at their hair. You know what I mean? It's fucked. The way the society is already fucked. To accept dudes and women's sports and so on and so forth is hurting them even more. It's hurting them even more. You know, and then dudes are walking around like, man, these women are fucking crazy. Well, yeah, we're all in a giant psyop in this big ass hamster wheel, and women are being attacked more than men because men are defensive. We don't get attacked the same way that women do by propaganda, subliminal messaging, any of that kind of stuff. We're not under that same kind of scrutiny. We're on the other side of things. Nobody cares about men. When men are having a problem psychologically or otherwise, no one lifts a finger to do shit because no one cares. And so we're on opposite ends. Women are highly sought after and cared about so much that they're being manipulated 100% of the time. Dudes are so fucking casted away that they don't even care about themselves. That the best thing you can look for is have enough strength to pull the trigger and no longer pay bills. That's it. That's all you got to look forward to as a guy. Jail and death will come for you one day. That's all you got to look forward to as a guy. Otherwise, nobody's even looking in our direction. So, I don't know. It's a tough world out here. I know that. Zero, I remember that stuff in high school. I always thought that was weird. Why would you want to look like everyone else? Yeah, Zero. It has to do with value. Something about value. Self-worth is attributed to identity, like a visual identity. And that's why, like, when you see people shopping and they're thinking out loud, you can tell how they're using this as a part of their identity. They're like, well, if I get this purse, then everyone will say this. Or if I do my hair like this, then everyone will think this. It's like a very big part of their identity, where dudes are like, I don't know if I could shovel shit in those boots. I don't think I should get them. You know, like That's how it goes. You don't see dudes carrying around 40-pound fucking Stanley cups because they saw another dude with it who told him, hey, you'd be extra pretty if you carry this cup around. You don't see that. It's so weird. We're under heavy manipulation all the time. All of us are. But women are attacked psychologically all the way around. All the way around. Josh D pants them walking out of the locker room. See, it would be strategically fit if there was consequences. So if you pants them, they had a wiener, now you got to throw them out because somebody pulled their wiener out in the women's locker room. You'd be onto something. You'd just pants every tranny that came by. But instead, people won't do anything about it, so you're just showing a wiener in the locker room. Nobody's doing anything about it. It's messed up. Cassandra, what kind of transgender inception shit is going on? That's what I'm saying. I almost had to bring a Venn diagram just to be able to explain that shit. Ian Harris would have showed up. I decided against the diagram, man. I didn't want her showing up cackling. And at No Men and Women's Sports, if you are an XY, you're male and you're out. That's right, Anna, and it should be that way. Well, the thing is it shouldn't have to come to that. We should be able to be like, you got a wiener, you're a dude, you can't be here. And we used to do that in the 90s, and now we got to go all the way down to your biological makeup. We got to break open your DNA. Be like, says right here that your chromosomes mean you're not allowed in this bathroom. All of a sudden, we got to trust the science. Heard that before. Cassandra, having men compete with women is just wrong, but it's also discouraging to other women. Yeah, Cassandra. Well, and if I was a girl, I wouldn't be participating in sport. I'd be scared to use the fucking bathroom. I'd be like, what am I going to do if I see a shapeshifter in there? I don't believe in that shit. I know that's a mentally ill person and a potential threat against me. I'd be getting infections and shit. They'd be like, yeah, he won't seem to use the bathroom, or she won't seem to use the bathroom while they're at school. I wouldn't play sports. I wouldn't be in gym. I wouldn't use the bathroom. I would feel left out. I would feel like there's no place for me if I was a woman, or if I was a girl growing up. As a woman, you have control of your own life. But as a girl growing up, you only have what you're allowed to, as a child growing up, right? You only have what others provide for you. If you're a little girl in today's world, it looks like nothing's provided for you in a certain sense, because everything's being taken over by dudes in dresses. And it's wrong. That's wrong. What's up, Mr. Beans and Beans? Happy freedom. Live review. I'm all for trans rights when it comes to getting ladies' nights discounts at the bar. Live review. So there is a sunny side of the situation, isn't there? Because they don't have a dude's night at the bar. I've never heard of that. But they have a ladies' night, and ladies get to drink beer for free, or for $1, or for 50 cents. Meanwhile, us dudes are paying for their beer, and then we're also paying $2.50, $3 a beer. Well, slap a dress on, and now you're getting 50-cent beer too. So, I see what you're saying there, Live Review. Yep, wife's like, me and the girls, we're going out for ladies' night. You're like, all right, get my dress ready. Me too. I'm coming too. Breeze by you, it's scary times for younger kids right now. Absolutely. We can sit here and talk shit about it and laugh about it, but then we can go on about their day. Kids, they're stuck in programs, whether they're stuck in daycare, stuck in school, stuck in sports. They just have to do what they're told because they're kids. And that's if you're raising your kids right. Because if you ain't telling them shit. You're letting them run the streets and riot in Chicago while filming TikTok videos. Yeah, it would be terrible to be a kid right now. To have cell phones, to have DEI, to have the woke shit, the trans shit, the racist crap. It'd be a nightmare. You'd be living scared of everything because nothing makes sense. And on top of that, when you fuck up and you get embarrassed, everyone's taking pictures and videos and putting it on social media. And now the whole school's talking about it. And so now you're embarrassed and you feel like you don't belong. I think the self-deletion rate is going to end up escalating. That's what this is sounding like to me, is people are going to start deleting themselves because they don't have a place where they belong. And women are a big part of the country, so probably should do something about that, Josh D, the internet hits at that age. Yeah. And they're in like a technological war the entire time they're in the youth. I didn't have MySpace till I was in 11th grade or something like that, and we didn't even have cell phones. We didn't have any cell phones at school. Virgin Mobile and Boost Mobile were like brand new things. Like, some people had phones, but at the same time you were paying 10 cents a minute to talk on the phone. So you had people having their phones and scrolling through their little ringtones, but nobody was using the damn phone because no one could afford it. So it's, you know, it's very different now compared to like when all of us were in school. It'd be hard. It'd be hard to be in elementary school and your classmates got cell phones. Like, I don't know. It'd be difficult. Kung Fu, the Lord watches over them. Yeah, thank God. Thank God. Because nobody else is. What's up, Dabs? Happy freedom. What's up, XX5? Happy freedom to you. Chewy. That's why I'm all for men and women's sports. Anything guys can do, girls can do better. That's all I heard growing up. So while trans and girl sports shouldn't be happening, most women today are feminists, so I'm not too bothered by it. Well, Chewy, I don't want dudes in girl sports, but I know what you're talking about. There's been a lot of female privilege over the last couple years, and to see it kind of thrown in their face, I know what you're talking about, Chewy. But I don't want to see dudes in girl sports. What's up, Atlas? Happy freedom. Wowza. Where's all the feminists standing up against those women being ran out of homes by gangs? I don't think there is feminists anymore. You know, where's the pussy hats at? You know, they don't care about anything. I think, did they all die with Hillary Clinton's campaign? They all just fade out? Because they were around when Hillary Clinton was running for president. There was pussy hats in the streets and feminists and girl power and, you know, and all that shit. You don't hear about none of that now. Now it's racist. Girl power is a racist term. There's no girl power. There's just dudes in dresses. What's a woman, says the Supreme Court. Anyways. Next up, we got some global censorship. This is titled, "This is Even Worse Than You Think." Talking about X being banned in Brazil, but then also just going on to global censorship in general. Let's get into this, and don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
Well, this morning, Elon Musk's X is banned in Brazil following a months-long feud with Musk, who refuses to back down on free speech rights. Our next guest warns the world is taking a giant leap towards totalitarianism. Journalist Michael Schellenberger is here to explain. Michael, I'm so glad to have you today on this topic. So explain to us why this new form of totalitarianism, this censorship, and sort of the complicity of the elites in this is more dangerous than the totalitarianism we've seen in the past.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for having me on. I mean, I think people have to understand that if the government can control and the ruling party can control all of the information that we're allowed to see, then there's no need for tanks and torture chambers. You know, the U.S. government under Biden and Harris have been funding censorship advocacy in Brazil. You know, the FBI went to Brazil to share information on how to censor. You know, we saw in the Twitter files Brazil, the Brazilian government demanding that not only X, but every other social media platform ban sitting members of the Brazilian Senate, ban independent journalists. We now see in Brazil, the effective dictator of Brazil has frozen the bank accounts of a different company, Starlink, in which Elon Musk is also an investor. So these are behaviors very similar to communist Cuba, other totalitarian regimes around the world. And our concern is, given that they're coming very shortly after the arrest of another social media CEO in France last week, it appears that we're in the midst of a global totalitarian crackdown that we should all be very concerned could arrive here in the United States.
Well, yeah, and if we're funding the censorship in these countries, that's even more troubling. I know Facebook has given in to the government demands, and so Facebook or Zuckerberg has. So Facebook and Instagram remain there, but Elon Musk is the holdout. So I'm seeing censorship and totalitarianism, this tech totalitarianism breaking out all over the Western Hemisphere. What does this mean for America? What can we expect, particularly if this administration, Kamala Harris, wins this coming election? She's part of the funding of the censorship in Brazil, for example.
Well, it's even worse than that. It's important for people to know that Kamala Harris repeatedly called for banning Donald Trump.
Yes.
Not just from Twitter, but from every other social media platform. Her running mate, Tim Walz, also said that there is no free speech guarantee for what he called misinformation, which is a completely subjective term. Misinformation is what you call speech that you don't agree with or that you don't think is right. So here you have the Democratic presidential candidate and her running mate both strongly calling for censorship, not in foreign countries, but in the United States. And by the way, when the Brazilian government seeks to ban politicians, when Kamala Harris seeks to ban politicians from social media, that's election interference. It's a violation of the First Amendment. It's also an illegal interference in elections, which is absolutely prohibited under the U.S. Constitution and really every country's constitution. So I think that what we're seeing here is very serious, and Americans, even if you don't care about Brazil, you should worry that totalitarianism and censorship could arrive in the United States in a really big way in years to come.
Oh, it's already here, Michael Schellenberger. It's just going to metastasize if the wrong people are elected. No question about it. And by the way, Zuckerberg, so weak and too greedy to stand up to the Brazilian government. Maybe it's time for him to sell his platform to somebody with a lot more courage like Elon Musk, who's been able to stand up to these thugs in the Brazilian government and also in our own. Michael Schellenberger, thanks so much for joining us and for breaking it down so succinctly and intelligently. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
You got it.
Well, global censorship. Brazil is out here canceling X. Sissies. Fucking sissies. Oh man, that free speech is gonna come get us. It's gonna come get us. Mean tweets. Man, that's crazy. That's so crazy. We were sitting here for 4 years missing mean tweets from one person. Brazil just lost all of X. They lost all the mean tweets. All the mean tweets are gone. It's no good. It's no good. I can only imagine what the people, the locals of Brazil, are saying. I'm sure it's much like it is here. 50% thinking this is a good thing. This is great. No more mean tweets. Get those mean words off the digital screen. You're killing us. You're killing us. Being fucking dramatic. So dramatic. The censorship is so stupid. It's so stupid. It drives me nuts because I just picture like a short, fat, ugly, non-athletic, poor health, poor decision-making fucker in control of our media and our laws and all our shit. And they're like, well, you can't do this because it's mean. You can't do this because it's inappropriate. You can't say this because it's not politically correct. But in reality, if you were to punch this little fucker in the face, they'd probably drop dead. So they want to control what we say, what we see, what we do, how to talk, how to be, how to dress, where we can go, what we can eat, but they can't take a punch in the face. And all of us are capable of serving them. I don't understand that. I don't understand bowing to people that are weaker than us. I do not fucking get that. I don't. Not at all. And I have felt that my whole life. If you can't take me out before I can take you out, I'm not taking orders from you. If you're not willing to kill me, if you're not willing to do bad things to me in physical form, I'm not taking orders from you. You are not bigger than me. You don't get to control me, my thoughts, my words, my voice. You do not get to control me. I will not obey, and you're not big enough to force me. So now what? And that's how I feel about all that shit. I felt that way about the COVID masks and the social distancing and telling me what to do. And I do not like being told what to do at all. And I think most Americans feel that way. So when they're like taking away our social media and banning us online and all this shit, it pisses me off and it makes me frustrated because I know these are the same people who can't take a punch in the face. And that's great living in this digital world and communicating and doing all that bullshit on a screen. But when you can't be man to man, you're not in a leadership position. You should not be in a leadership position. I feel like anybody in control of this shit, if you're a president, you're running a social media platform, you're running a multi-billion-dollar company, you should be able to throw hands. That's just how I feel. You should be able to throw hands. Otherwise, you should go sit down somewhere, little buddy. You should go sit the fuck down somewhere. Because out in the real world, life might punch you in the face. And you got to be able to handle that shit. You can't hide behind doll hairs. You can't. The dollars aren't going to save you from a punch in the face. Writing a little fucking email isn't going to save you from a punch in the face. So I just don't get it. I really just don't get the shit. I can't stand the censorship because it's all being done by weak people. Every single person that goes out there and talks about DEI or woke or being politically correct or this, that, and the other, they're all weak. Look at the people who were scared of J6 and crying about how it's the darkest day on democracy. Fucking weak. These are weak people. And I can't stand that they're telling us what to do. Because everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. So they got these plans of censorship until they get a punch in the face. And then they'll just fall to pieces because they don't know shit about nothing. And like I said, in the real world, life throws a punch in the face. That's how it goes. I'm not bowing to censorship and all this fucking bullshit. And I feel bad for the people in Brazil who are half of it. Like I said, I assume half of them are for it. And the other half is like, what is this bullshit? I feel bad for those people because they're getting the same shit that we're getting. Being controlled by people too weak to take a punch in the face. We're out here taking punches in the face every day. Whether we're fighting with locals, criminals, border crossers, going to work, trying to pay for our fucking bills, our family, our kids, and everything else we're fighting across, we're taking punches in the face all damn day. And these people who are censoring us, they're just living lush. While we make their food, we make their clothes, we pump their gas. We do this shit. They don't do shit. They live off of us. And then they're telling us what we can and can't do because they got doll hairs. I've never ate a doll hair. I've never been able to save my life with a doll hair. I've never patched a bullet wound with a doll hair. Them dollars ain't shit. The dollars ain't shit. It's really not. And so it pisses me off to see this censorship and to even be threatened that we're going to come under that kind of censorship. You know, like they were saying, they were trying to figure out a way to like extradite Americans for posting mean tweets about what's going on in the UK or out in England or wherever. What the fuck makes you think that you can extradite us from our country because shit we said online? That is bold as fuck. Could you imagine if America said that? Oh yeah, every time somebody from somewhere said something bad, we're going to come get you. We're going to pull you out of your country and we're going to bring you here and imprison you. That's like Nazi Germany shit. I don't know why anybody's even letting that stuff be said out loud. Of all the shit they censor us from, I don't know why we have to hear that. All they're doing is pissing us off. I'm just saying. Anyways, next up we got Trump speaks out on indictments. This is a really interesting video because they're claiming that in this clip he is admitting to election interference. And they're talking about it in a very serious way. Like they're actually going to try and jump on this. They're going to try and get him because at a rally he had spoke a little loosely. And they're claiming this is an admission of guilt, that he is pleading guilty to election interference in his speech live at a rally. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat. See what your hooligans think about Brazil censoring X. Zero. I ate a penny once. That might have hurt coming out. I'm just saying. I don't think I've ever ate any change. They say it's one of the most poisonous things that we handle every day is coins. That those coins, who washes coins? Nobody. And so if you touch coins and you touch your mouth, that's how the majority of us get sick. Josh D and shit out a nickel change out the ass. Yeah. That's how it goes, Josh D. Swallow a quarter and poop out 5 nickels. Magic. It was magic. Russell, the U.S. just confiscated the presidential airplane of Venezuela. Awesome. Awesome. I wonder what that's going to lead to. Could you imagine if someone did it to us? I could see if they intercepted Biden flying into a country or something. Nobody would do anything. But if they intercepted President Trump flying into a country, I don't think people would be okay with that. I don't think people would let that slide. Breeze by You, there were a few local businesses who would not allow anyone with a mask in, and I love those guys. Yeah, Breeze by You, they tried to do that here, but our governor is a tyrant. She is a bad person. They went after those restaurant people who were barely making it as it was, and she was, making them close down. And there was people here who were not willing to do that, and they were doing everything in their power to stay open. And the state was nailing them over and over, sending state police in there to go and arrest the employees. You can't run a business when there's no employees, and they stood on that. They went and arrested those people and put them in jail and scared them with fines and shit to where they couldn't even get employees to come in and work. There was business owners trying to run the business by themselves because all their employees were scared to come to work because of what our governor was doing. Running this place like the mafia, like the mob. This is so bad. So bad. Happy Freedom Cadillacs. I hope you guys are having a fantastic time. I love golfing. I'm shit at it, but it's always a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have an awesome time, Cadillacs. Breeze by You. Same. It was so annoying when they would try and make you put a mask on, and I never would. Yeah, I would either droop it over my ear or I would just put it right in my pocket. Like, I'd go to the doctor's office for whatever reason, and they'd be like, here's your mask, da-da. And I'd be like, oh, thanks. And then I'd put it in my pocket. Anyways, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. Tell them no with a smile. It confuses those normies. They don't know anything. They're getting programmed by the screens. I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you, though. And then they're like, okay, yeah, I don't take orders from you. You won't win against me in a fist fight. I'm not taking orders from you. Snooks, wow, go with your bad self. Well, I'm not bad and I'm not tough, but I'm not dealing with tyranny either. Mr. Beans Beans, did you see the video on Tampon Tim being interviewed at the Minnesota State Fair? Runs away from the question being asked about hostages. No, Mr. Beans Beans, I haven't seen that video yet. Breeze by You, fuck censorship. Being afraid of people saying things. I know. Cassandra, it took me a second to read this. Totalitarianism isn't rad. That's the more you know. The more you know. Yep. Tyrannical governments. I believe it says something in our Constitution about what to do with tyrannical governments. Live it review. Your mask is saving you. Leave me alone. Yeah. Just leave me alone. And then I had my mask in my hand. Yeah, if you just perpetually look like you were about to put a mask on, people would like follow you around, but they wouldn't necessarily say anything because you might be in the process of putting your mask on, and they don't want to yell at you because then you won't. So you just walk around with it in your hand, and you've kind of found the loophole there. God, I can't believe the things we've lived through. Kung Fu. I did for Walmart. They made me. Fuckers. Yeah, Kung Fu. Walmart is very strict. My buddy was working at Walmart for a while. And there's a reason those employees look the way they do. Like they hate their fucking life. There's a reason. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know. What's up, Sergeant Tripod? Happy Freedom. What's up, Flea Speech? Appreciate you being here. Pumpkin, the laundromat washes coins. I didn't know that. Good. That's awesome. That's awesome. Black Kaiser, happy freedom to you. Appreciate you joining us. Matthew, trying to reckon on my health status. Are you a doctor? I said. Yeah, and they don't like that either. But the government said. But the government said. Yeah, I bet they did. Bet they did. Wayward. I wore a mask when I first heard about COVID. That was the pepper in me. Some commies made fun of me. Yeah, Wayward. I mean, I had to wear it at work. My problem, I think what made me stand against it first before, because at first nobody knew what was going on. Everybody was confused. We were told they were like, we're going in lockdowns. We were like, yeah, sure we are. And then they really started closing restaurants. And that's when me and the people I associate with at the time, that's when we started really taking things seriously. This is when they actually closed the restaurants and stuff. That's when we started we weren't scared of anything. We were just unsure of what we're supposed to do. And we wore masks at work when we had to, but we didn't wear like me and like Carmelo, who I'd go on flag walks with. We never wore masks out of fear or anything. It was always because we had to. But then outside of work, we never wore masks at all, regardless of where we went. And before common sense rolled in and was like, masks aren't saving anything, I was realizing that I was becoming manic. I'd put a mask on and it was like I was becoming a different person. Like the Jim Carrey movie, The Mask. That's what was happening to me. I was like putting that mask on and turning into Bane. People were like interacting with me and I was aggressive and hostile the entire time I wore the mask. And part of it was like a psychological effect. You're covering your face. You have this feeling that people don't know who you are because your face is covered. And so that was contributing to me being manic. So I'm at work making car parts and people would say something to me and I'm like snapping at them hardcore because I'm like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm like bumping chests with them and shit. And they're like, I need the pencil. Can you hand me the pencil? I'm like, yeah, I guess. You get that pencil yourself too. You know, I was just being shitty. And I came to that realization at the end of work. I was exhausted. And my vocal cords are all rough. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, I'm raging out for 16 hours wearing a fucking mask. And so then after a while, I was like, I can't wear this mask because it's putting you guys in danger. You can't if I want to start whooping y'all, there isn't shit you do about it. You just get your ass whooped. I can't wear this mask. It's a danger to you guys. And then that's when we started having problems in HR, and that's when they let me go. Anyways. Shannon, research if hackers, gift cards, scammers are stealing numbers off of cards, then money. Shannon, it depends. I mean, I know people use fake gift cards online, but I don't know in what strategy, Shannon. What's up, Keith? Happy Freedom. I need a little perspective, Shannon, and I'll be able to figure it out. Those damn cyber criminals, they come after me nonstop. Tease, lack of oxygen makes you cray. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it was, but I don't do well with my face being covered. Mark, and your breathing's restricted. Yeah. So that's like consistently hitting you with your fight and flight, right? Your breathing's reduced. You're feeling restrained. You're feeling stressed. Now your body's like, do I need to fight or flight? And it's always checking on you. Hey, you're under stress. Do you need to fight or flight? And I think that's what was causing me to be so anxious and manic. Wicked Patriot, what happened to your account? Or did you just change your name? How did you end up the Skippity Kitty? Why are you on the communism platform? Wicked Patriot, what is going on? What is going on? Wow, we got a moose man. We have a moose girl, and now we got a moose man. I wonder if you guys are related. I was NBC warfare trained, and if it's a pandemic, you would need a full biohazard suit with an air supply. Masks are a joke. You're right, moose man, because if they were that damn worried about COVID, they would have been worrying about our eyes. Because if those little droplets touch your eyeball, you got the shit. Same thing with your ears. You don't want that shit getting in your ears. And they didn't make us wear helmets. They just wanted us to cover our mouth. Symbolism for silence. Wicked, you got zapped. You need to be on Rumble anyways. YouTube sucks. Michael, oh yeah, for a long time people thought it was a Hershey Kiss. It's a custom made, one of a kind tinfoil hat. I was gonna make one for Klaus, but he won't hold still. He won't hold still long. He doesn't like the tinfoil sound. Yeah, Wicked Patriot. I understand. All right, hooligans. We're getting into this next video here. This is Trump speaking out on indictments. Now, this is just dumb ass propaganda. I don't know. I have a lot of different feelings on this, but this is people claiming that President Trump, during his last rally, I believe it was, had admitted that he was interfering with the 2020 election. They're taking this like it's an admission of guilt while he's currently being charged with interfering with the 2020 election. They're like, oh, he just admitted to it, because that's how dumb these people are. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble, and let's get this rolling.
Some of those top headlines now. Former President Donald Trump drawing criticism for a comment he made during a Fox News interview over the weekend. Listen to it.
Whoever heard you get indicted for interfering with a presidential election where you have every right to do it? You get indicted and your poll numbers go up. When
I meant interview, not rally.
Numbers go down.
All right, what did you hear there? Because critics describe. All right, what did you hear there? Because critics described that answer with Mark Levin as a.
I'm gonna play it again because I talked over it.
You have every right to do it. You get indicted and your poll numbers go up. When people get indicted, your poll numbers go down.
All right, what did you hear there? Because critics described that answer with Mark Levin as a confession. Last week, a second federal grand jury re-indicted the former president for felony charges related to accusations that he tried to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Now, in that same sit-down interview, he continued his attacks on his opponent.
She's a Marxist. She's worse, much higher on the scale than Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren. Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are not as left as she is, but she's just really out there. Now she's totally changed her whole policies, everything. I mean, she's gone, they call her the greatest flip-flopper because she's gone for I'll never drill for oil to let's put a well on every street. But she won't do that. If she won, she'll never do that.
Well, the Vice President Kamala Harris, in an interview with CNN on Thursday, said that she's always maintained the same values. Now, former President Trump and his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, are taking the holiday weekend off, but expected to pick up campaigning in Arizona and Georgia tomorrow.
So anyways, they're taking that interview there. For some reason, I was thinking it was a Trump rally. Must have been a different video. But they're taking that interview there, and like I said, he was speaking a little loosely. He's like, well, they're saying I was interfering with the election because of, whatever. It's him asking about the votes and saying the election was stolen and things like. They're saying that's him doing that is him interfering with the 2020 election. And so that's what's in question. And during this interview, he's like, well, I have every right to do that. Not, I have every right to interfere with the election, but I have every right to question if it was fair and legit. And I believe, in my opinion, that's what he was saying. Is that you guys are questioning me on making phone calls. Where's the votes? Why is the numbers inaccurate? Why do we get ballot drops at 3 a.m? Was this shit fair? Was it legit? Is the numbers accurate? You guys are questioning on that, and then I have every right to ask those questions. I believe that's what he was saying. They're saying that he's being questioned about election interference, and he says, I have every right to do that. And so that's what they're twisting the story to sound like. Now, the normies out here, they're probably celebrating the shit. They're probably like, oh, he just got guilty. He just admitted to doing the thing. And if they would look further into it, Admitting to doing the thing is what anybody would do in that situation. Admitting to election interference, as in asking questions of whether this was legit or not, is something that anybody with common sense would do. And they do this with everything, like the hush money trial. Nobody even knows what the charges are. Hush money's not a charge. That's not a legal description of anything. He's being charged with manipulating business records, falsifying business records. That's the actual charge. But if they call it hush money trial, well, then now you got the left side making conspiracy theories that are just conspiracy theories. They're not actual information. And they do this with everything. It's abortion being called healthcare all over again. That's rinse and repeat. That's how Democrats are. They went after the 2020. They're going to come after the 2024. They do their little labels on everything. They're just copy and paste. These are cookie cutter Democrats. They just copy and paste. Just do the same thing over and over again. That's what they're doing. Fuck those people. So we'll see if there's any kind of follow-up with that story. It is really flimsy. It's super flimsy, but you never know. You see how the way they talk about J6, they might take this little molehill and blow that bitch up to be a huge mountain. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, we'll stay up to date with President Trump and everything going on with his legal cases, as we do. Next up, let me see here. Where are we? Ah, yes. Some vigilante justice is next on the menu. This is titled Volunteers Showing Up to Aurora to Take the City Back. Now, this isn't Hell's Angels. I keep seeing these videos of people saying that Hell's Angels is heading to Colorado. I haven't seen any actual videos from Hell's Angels, from people claiming, hey, look, that guy over there, he's a Hell's Angel. I haven't seen anything like that. Like I said in the beginning of the live, I see these videos of bikers going down the road and some assholes like, hey, those are Hell's Angels and they're going to Colorado right now to go fight the Venezuelan gangs. But there's no legitness to that. Like, not that I've found yet. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just saying I ain't got proof that it is happening. Now, these individuals, these are not Hell's Angels as far as I know. These are just some random guys that wanted to do something because nobody is doing anything about what's happening in Colorado. Nobody's doing anything about the border crossers in general, okay? But this Venezuelan gang, they're in Colorado. They're causing havoc. These are some tough guys that came into town, and they're like, we're here to do something about it. And there's other people joining in. So not exactly justice part, but vigilante part is starting up. So either way, let me see here. We're going to read through the chat really quick, see what you hooligans think about all of that, and we'll get on to this vigilante justice. But before we do, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and you're using that Rumble app, you're unable to see the big red subscribe button. So go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Claus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live, so definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. I'm going to read through really quick, and we'll get on to this vigilante justice. Zero, they'll make a federal case out of it. Yeah, I would not be surprised at all. Not at all. Russell, he has proper claims and should have disputed the results. I agree, Russell, but he's banking on the presidential immunity wiping the case out. But I wish he would go to court and provide the evidence of the stolen 2020 election. That's what I wish he would do. Dan, Hyena Harris changes opinions like dirty underwear. You're not wrong, Dan. You're not wrong. Breeze by you. If the Dems had won a fair election, they would have shown all the proof. The only stuff they have is how they... Wait a minute. All the stuff they have is how they cheated. They don't want us to see all that. Yeah, Breeze by you. That's why I think they don't want the case to actually go to court. They don't want the stolen election case to happen in court. They just want to claim that he's been interfering with the election for however long they can stretch that story. It's all about putting labels in the headlines. And as many bad labels about President Trump that they can put in the headlines, the more they will try to keep them there. It's not about actually putting him in jail. It's not about it being successful in court or any of that. We know they don't have any merit. or anything, anything to stand on. So it's just putting labels in the news to call him names for months on end. And it's working. People call him a rapist and ask him, why? Why is he a rapist? Well, E. Jean Carroll. Well, what did he do? Oh, well, he raped her in a department store. Oh, he did? He was charged with rape? And they're like, yeah. No, he wasn't. He was charged with defamation of character, slander. He was charged with talking bad about her. And the case is being appealed. So the $90 million she was awarded or whatever, she's not even getting that. It's in escrow right now. So after the appeal goes through, if it does get appealed, that money will go from escrow back to President Trump. Of course, the normies don't know any of that. They're too busy calling him a rapist over slander charges. But that's why they do it, is the labels. Put those labels in the headline and call him a bad orange man. That's their whole strategy. That's their policy. That and kill babies. That's it. Orange man bad, kill babies. That's the whole policy of the Democrat Party right now. Russell, that was not a confession of anything. I agree. I mean, he was talking loosely, but when you break it down, like I did for what the accusations are, their claims don't make any sense. Zero, every right to question it. That's what he was saying. Yeah, Zero. And that's what I feel too. Breeze by You did not sound like a confession. Yeah. And they're trying to blow it up. They're trying to act like it was. Hey, thank you for being here, Annette. Hope you guys have a fantastic dinner. Mr. Beans, I heard that E. Jean Carroll is going to receive 90 million middle fingers. I heard that too, Mr. Beans. I heard that too. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom. Snooks, you look very handsome today. Well, thank you, Snooks. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much, Trig Crazy, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. You're a badass, Trig Crazy, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Says, happy long weekend. Yes. Holy, thank you so much, Cody, for that $5 donation. I appreciate you, Cody. Thank you so much for the support. Says, God bless America and our guy, Mac and Snooks. Well, I appreciate you, Cody. Thank you. You guys are the best. Sly Dog, didn't she defame Trump? Roy, yes, she did. See, President Trump, he could become wealthy all over again from all the slander lawsuits that he could cause. He could sue every single news station, like fucking everybody. He can sue all of the politicians for going on TV and lying about him and shit like that. He could sue all of the damn White House, right? Like KJP and all the staffers and stuff for talking that shit the way they talk about him, because they literally specifically say that he is a bad person. They accuse him of things that he has not done. And that's where the slander comes in. You could say you don't like somebody, but when you call somebody a rapist, or you say that they're a fraud and they commit fraud in their business and that you should not do business with them, you should not associate with him, you should not vote for him. When you're saying those claims, you're putting out characteristic traits, this like character traits. You're saying this person is this bad guy and you're listing why. If why is not true, that's slander. If it is true, however, it's not slander. So if they were like, he's orange and he's got, fluffy hair or whatever, and we don't like him because of that, he couldn't sue them because it's true. Because it's true to a certain degree, right? So the problem is most of the people talking about this shit, they don't even understand how the law works. They've never gone to jail. They've never gone to court. They don't know shit. And they see these titles and they walk around and go, Trump's a rapist. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. What's up, Tiger Jaw? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Vigilant? Happy freedom. Free the attacks, and Google even says he's a rapist. Yeah, see. And that's wrong. He could go after Google. And he could make a lot of money off of Google. I wish people would start suing Google. Paul, the Freedom Convoy Grift version 5. That's what I've been kind of wondering too, Paul. And look at all the people in their cameras showing up in Colorado acting like they're going to do something. I don't know. I'm just watching it unfold. Shannon. The hackers are using Walmart to hack the stores and get numbers, and then so cyber criminals are attacking Walmart to get their prepaid credit card numbers so they can use the money on the card before the card is even off the shelf. We can't have anything. I see what you're saying, Shannon. No, I didn't know that they were doing that, but I'm not surprised now that you wrote it out like that. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. They're hacking gift cards before they're even sold off the shelf. You're right. We can't have anything. We fucking can't have anything. But this is what happens when we live in a digital world. That's why this internet stuff's not that great. I mean, I appreciate all of you guys. I'm glad we're all together right now. But the downfall really sucks. You know, the fact that none of us are safe on the internet sucks. Lisa, she has no values. Yeah. Lisa, if you got Amazon Prime, you can join the membership program on Twitch for free. I'm trying to think what else. That might be the only way to get a free membership. But if you have a membership, then you don't have to see the ads. I know the ads suck on Twitch. You could also watch on Kick. Kick doesn't show ads, I don't believe. I mean, really, you could watch on any other platform. Mooseman, 10 million gun owners are not registered to vote. Get registered and vote. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, is we got to get people who don't normally vote to go vote. And that's what they were saying at the Trump rally where RFK Jr. showed up on stage. Right before that happened, I think it was Charlie Kirk, maybe. It was either Charlie Kirk or it was Carrie Lake. It was one of them. But they were saying, get your friends and family to vote, especially if they don't ever vote. Get them to vote. And have them vote early or whenever the hell they can vote. Because, yeah, we want voting day, not voting week or voting month. But if you got people who don't normally vote, they might have shit going on that day on election day. They might find reasons to not show up on election day. So tell them the whole election period. That way it'll be up to them, right? At their leisure, they can go vote. But encourage them to vote, to go out there and vote for the Orange Eagle and all of that. And I mean, don't do it like the lefties do. Vote for the Orange Eagle or else. But it's very easy to explain. Do you want criminals coming in, kidnapping, robbing you, raping you, killing you? Do you like that? You don't like that? Okay, you got to vote for the Orange Eagle. He's the only one who's going to do something about it. Dudes and women's sports, so on and so forth. You like that shit? You don't like that shit? Okay, you got to vote for the Orange Eagle. It's that easy. Mr. Beans, Trump needs to buy Google and rename it Trump Google. I would love it. I'd use the shit out of Google. Wait, there's a Zero. Wait, what? Free membership if I have Prime? Yeah, Zero. On Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, I'm pretty sure this is still a thing. It used to be advertised all the time. I haven't seen it advertised in a long time, but I'm pretty sure if you pay for Amazon Prime, you can sign up for the membership program on Twitch using your Amazon stuff. I don't know. I don't have Prime, so I don't know exactly what you got to do. But most of the people who are subscribed over on Twitch are subscribed using their Prime, so they don't have to watch ads. That's something, Zero. I don't know if I've been on surround sound before. Somebody posted a pic. I can't remember who it was now. Somebody posted a pic where they were watching the live in their car, on a screen in their car. And I've never seen that before. I was like, wow. I didn't know I was that damn cool. It's awesome. It's so awesome. What's up, Freedom Chain? Happy Freedom. Been watching you for years on YouTube, but never got an account until Rumble. So hello. Well, I appreciate you, Freedom Chain. You're a badass. Welcome to Rumble. Heck yeah. I wish YouTube would change their community guidelines. I understand that everybody likes the platform. It's the community guidelines that fuck it all up. I could very easily turn over and like YouTube if they had better owners, better community guidelines. But until Trump or Elon or somebody buys YouTube, it's fuck YouTube all day. Thank you so much, Snooks, for that $50 donation on Rumble. I really appreciate everything you do for all of us, Snooks. Thank you so much. And it says, Happy Labor Day, Jeff. Oh, happy Labor Day, you hooligans. I forgot it was Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. Thank you for all your hard work every day for all of us. We appreciate you a lot. Well, thank you, Snooks. I really appreciate you. All right, let's get into this next video here. This is the Vigilante Justice one. Let me see here. And this is something, I assume we're going to have some follow-ups on this, but these are individuals trying to get some spotlight heading to Colorado. Once again, this is titled Volunteers Showing Up to Aurora to Take the City Back.
Venezuelan gangs, we're here to chase you off. This is our fucking communities. You want to see what gang violence is? We invented gang violence. Came down here to the Lowry Apartments, ran into Big Mod.
For sure, Big Mod 29, y'all know what it is?
Yeah, we down here for the same reasons. Right
Facts.
here. Dallas and 12th. The Lowry Apartments, we're down here to chase these Venezuelans off.
Oh, we don't know. We ain't from here.
Look, we got another one right here. What's up, bro? Look, we're down here to fucking take our country back.
Ain't no question.
We ready out here. You guys want to mob down or what? I got a megaphone in the car.
Yeah? What's your name, bro?
I'm Big Mod, bro. Yeah, we down here. America's back down to take this shit back.
Dallas, Texas. Yeah? For sure.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, not exactly Hell's Angels. Couple of yahoos going down to Colorado. I don't know why they got this. They took a screenshot. I got a megaphone. Yeah. So like I said, we got some vigilantes coming into Colorado willing to clean up the area from the Venezuelan gangs that are taking over because, I mean, the police aren't doing anything. The governor's not doing anything. Haven't heard anything about the mayor doing anything. Sounds like nobody's doing anything and Venezuelan gangs are taking over. And if they'll do it over there, they'll do it pretty much anywhere, right? So I told you guys this is how it will go. Americans don't like being pushed around and shit. Now, I don't know if these yahoos are going to, actually do anything or not. It could be a lot of publicity. That's what it kind of sounded like to me. But either way, that's how it's going to go. People are not going to just deal with the bullshit. If bad guys are moving into the house, it's a lot easier to handle that than if they're just somewhere in the city. Like in New York, they're all in encampments. So it's very difficult to get to those areas. We had somebody in New York that was going into those tents and we were grabbing their footage and stuff. They were going into where the border crossers are. But as they would attempt to enter those areas, you would see people try to stop them, to not let them come into the area, not to record inside the area. Don't question the border crossers and stuff like that. So it's hard to get to them when they're doing that kind of stuff. But if you got where they're more proactive and they're taking over an apartment building, well, you could just pull up to the building. You know they're inside. I mean, anybody that's ever watched gang activity, this is a real simple situation. Like, it really is. It happens all the time with gang people. They live somewhere, they stay somewhere, they create too much ruckus, rival gang shows up, and they'll just post up right outside. And now you're a prisoner in your own house. You go outside, something bad's going to happen to you. Or they'll just shoot through your house. So something's going to happen. But the police should see this, and they should start talking to each other and be like, hey, we should go do something about this, because otherwise more people are going to see these videos of these yahoos out here, and they're going to also show up. Like someone had mentioned earlier, like the convoy. I think it was Paul maybe. It said something about the convoy. That's how it was with the convoy, right? It's something kicks off, gets some attention. Other people see all that attention, and they're like, well, I could drive over there too. And now they're busting out their cell phone and making their social media account, and, they're going to do the thing, whatever. So this is going to escalate. The more of these videos that go, that come out where people are going to Colorado to deal with the Venezuelan gangs, it's a new thing to do. It's something to do. And you're going to see more of that now that this has already started. So like I said, if I was a cop and I was in Colorado, I'd be looking around like, hey, we should do something about this, because otherwise we're going to have more of these guys showing up, and then they're going to have real problems, because you're going to have Venezuelan gangs breaking the law, but then you're going to have Americans showing up to break the law to try and get the Venezuelan gangs out. And then what the police are going to do? What are they going to do? arrest Americans and let the border crossers go, of course. That's, of course, what they're going to do. But they could prevent it. They could do something about these Venezuelan gangs right now before all the yahoos show up. But they're making their bed and they're going to lay in it when it's done. So it tis what it tis and it tain't what it tain't. Next up, we got a little censorship. It's titled, They Literally Cut the Feed When This Dude Started Exposing Tim Walz. It's coming up next, and after that, we got 3 videos of Harris, and then we will be done with the news for the day. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about those vigilantes showing up. Mr. Beans and Beans, I would love to see those Venezuelan gangs ready to Colorado's governor's mansion. Yeah, I bet they'd do something about it then. Russell, most American biker gangs have a code to protect civilians like the mob. Yeah. Unless there's other people with motorcycles. I've noticed that cruisers don't like crotch rockets. And everybody hates people on motorcycles. I've been seeing that a lot. I would love to have a motorcycle and to do all that. I just don't want to die on a motorcycle. But I see all these videos of people catching hate. They either get pulled over by cops for no reason, at least what you can see in the video, or, you know, like I said, crotch rockets rivaling with cruisers and all that. I don't know. I know they got like a brotherhood code, but on the street, I just see a lot of people acting like shitheads. People acting like shitheads. Zero, I'd rather have a motorcycle club near me than a bad guy gang. Yeah, me too. Yep. I mean, I'm not a big fan of hearing Harleys riding off, but I know I wouldn't want any gang members living next to me. Mr. Beans, governor of Colorado, must be butt buddies with Tim Walz. Must be. They sure got a lot of inclusion in Colorado. We don't have Venezuelan gangs over here. I don't think we're as inclusive in Michigan as they are in Colorado. Breeze by you. Well, if the people running the cities won't fix the problem, people will start taking it into their own hands. Yep. Yeah. That's how it goes. It's just human nature. Mr. Beans, Denver brought it on themselves to let soft to stupid leaders. Yeah, Mr. Beans, you're right. Zero, that's what's going to happen. Our bad guys are going to be fighting their bad guys. Yeah. Well, and that's what it looks like, too. It looks like a giant invitation. Venezuelan gangs move in, and they're just allowed to do whatever they want. Shit, our gangs have been trying to do that their whole lives. So they're like, well, if you guys like gang activity, we'll come move in over here. I mean, that's how it goes. It's not good. Cassandra, I love those boots. I read that 3 times because I swear to God it said I love those boobs, and I was like, where? Squirrel? Like, where's the boobs? I didn't see no boobs. What are you talking about? Here, Juicer, I'm cool with Harley guys. I'm cool with Rocket guys, but everyone hates Groms. What is a Grom, Here, Juicer? The hell is that? A little kitty bike? My goodness, I've never heard of a Grom. Come on, little pop-up. I don't know what the fuck that is. Go away. Paul, most bikers are all show. Yeah. Wayward, I ride a Grom. What's wrong? We're going to have people fighting in the chat. I don't know what a Grom is. I've never heard of that. Wayward, you got a Z125? Let me look it up. I don't understand. I don't understand what the stigma is or whatever. It's showing a Kawasaki versus a Grom. Apparently they're comparable. I don't know. The Grom looks kind of sweet to me. I don't know why people are against it. Looks cool to me. Sled Groms are compact fun. Oh, I see. Oh, it's a mini bike. I see what you're saying, Wayward. It's not a full size. I see. Damn, even Thoughtbot didn't know what a Grom was. Told to care. I have a Schwinn. I used to have a Schwinn. I was actually thinking about buying another bike. Like a bicycle, just for something to do. Rolf, bring the mob back, clean up the cities. I mean, something. If somebody would try, I'd be real grateful. Just try, you know, just try to make the world a better place. If somebody would just try, I'd be really happy. Ned Tugent. Happy freedom. Rolf, I can ride my bike with no handlebars. That's right. Thank you so much, Pumpkin, for that $10 donation on Rumble. I really appreciate you, Pumpkin. Thank you so much. Says just cuz. Well, that's the best reason. I appreciate you, Pumpkin. Thank you. Heck yeah. Paul, we could send people to space, but we can't manage election integrity. I know, it's funny how that works. Sudog, a Grom would get you around town. You could put it in the back of your car. I mean, that does sound cool. You guys are talking me into it. I want a motorcycle, but I just don't want to die on it. And I don't want the bullshit. You know, I don't want to ride past Harley guys and have them flip me off because I'm not on a Harley. I don't want cops pulling me over just because I'm an asshole on a motorcycle. I don't want cars running me over because they're piss poor drivers. And because of all those reasons, and I live in a shitty little apartment where I have no place to park a motorcycle, those are all the reasons why I don't have one. Otherwise, I would totally have one. Love you too, Shannon. You hooligans are the best. Master Meatball, just wait. The illegals will try to take over the capital of Colorado. Yeah, and I bet they won't call it an insurrection either. Not unless some of them are white. Oh, fuck. I just exited out of the damn YouTube shit. Hate that. Clicking on tabs. There we go. Moose Man, it's a pocket bike. Yeah. You have a Kawasaki 750 assault bike? What is an assault bike? What is that? I ain't never heard of that. I got an assault bike. You know they're trying to ban those. Oh man, Walter, he wants to confiscate your assault bikes. I don't know. The definition is lengthy. I will have to read that after the live. I am interested in what an assault bike is. I'm sure it's not as funny as I think it is, but that is something. Now I really want one. Russell, get a Youre with a sidecar and take Claus for a ride. Could you guys imagine? Cruise down the street with Claus Daniels. He's got the little goggles on. Just getting it. His little helmet. Meowing happy freedom down the road. That's what I'm saying. That's the life I'm trying to live. Life goals right there. Put that on the bucket list. So we're going to get into this next video. This is a little censorship on their own kind here. This is... They literally cut the feed when this dude started exposing Tim Walz. It's pretty good. Don't forget, hit that like button on Rumble. Let's get this rolling.
The governor has agreed to a debate on October 28th. You're not thrilled about that.
As me, you and I both know that that's a sham. Early voting starts in less than 3 weeks. Come on. What's happening is Tim Walz wants to have one debate as late as he can, potentially after 50% of Minnesotans have voted, and say, see, all the major news programs understand that I've had a debate. At this time, 4 years ago, Tim Walz had participated in 4 debates. He's absolutely been shutting them down. He wants to do this one debate so far into just before Halloween, and you know that he's actually using you to put out his message that I want to debate. He doesn't want.
You can see the markings on the screen from the programming, so it's not a cut in the feed.
Looks like we lost that feed right there. You were just hearing from Dr. Scott Jensen, and we're going to continue to update you online on this ongoing election. Okay, there is a new round of COVID boosters.
Yay, new round of COVID boosters. That's nice. Tim Walz. What a piece of shit. Full of horse juices. Ugh. Get my chapstick I threw across the room. Yeah, no good. No good. Even the reporters aren't allowed to talk bad about Tim Walz. Go ahead and get cut right off the screen. I wonder if that guy was disciplined later on. We're like, you can't be telling the truth like that, okay? You're supposed. Here's your lies. We print the lies out for you every day. All you gotta do is fucking read them. How hard is that? You know that's what they're saying. Next up, we got 3 pieces of Hyena Harris, and that's 3 too many. But that's what's coming up next. It's short altogether. It's not even a whole minute. But that's what's coming up next. First, we're gonna read through the chat, see what your hooligans think about them censoring themselves. Damn media. Loot review, COVID vax update 22. Yep, and they're going to keep it rolling. They're going to keep it rolling. Brussels dude speaking the truth. We can't have that. Yep. They're like, quick, cut the feed, cut the feed. He's like, Tim Walz is just using you. And they were like, oh shit, he's telling too much truth. They had to black the screen out. Loot review, you can't say that about a politician. Yeah, exactly. Cody Real, what the hell are you doing speaking the truth like that? Yep. They probably docked his pay and all kinds of stuff. Pumpkin, September 11th is Patriot Day. I didn't even know we had a Patriot Day. I thought every day was a Patriot Day, Pumpkin. I guess I've been doing it wrong this whole time. What's up, Afro Man? Happy freedom to you. Afro Man, sports bikes and Harleys are a null thing. Just wave to everyone and don't pass patches and you'll be alright. Yeah, Afro Man. I mean, that makes sense. That makes more sense. I see all these chaotic videos and it's just like constant reminders of why I don't have a motorcycle. But they're cool though. Romine. Cut the feed and immediately talk about COVID boosters. Yeah, exactly. A little sleight of hand there. What's up, Steve? Happy freedom. All right, hooligans. We'll get on to these next videos here. We're going to run all 3 of these back to back because they all have to do with the same thing. I mean, not just Hyena Harris, but it's all around the topic of her switching her accent based on the audience she's around. Like, you want to talk about fake people, is that when you see people change the way they talk based on the people they're around. Now, I understand there's a difference between being appropriate and not appropriate. I'm not appropriate most of the time, and I wouldn't be in a church being like, fuck you, bitch, blah, blah, blah. You know, I wouldn't do that. It's obviously not appropriate. Most people who go to church, they have their own way of perceiving the Bible, which is not the same as how I perceive it, and I'm not going to push my shit onto them, right? So, appropriate, not appropriate. Hyena Harris, on the other hand, she likes to talk like she's from other sides of town, shit like that. She's not appropriate or inappropriate. She doesn't do rallies in Texas because she hasn't perfected her Texas slang yet. You know, she doesn't have that draw. She's working on it, and as soon as she gets it down, she'll go to Texas and she'll talk like she's from Texas. But in this video, she's from Detroit, and their slang's a little different out in Detroit. So his first video is titled Harris's New Accent. The second video is just titled Part 2 because it's all from this rally. And then for the third video, it's titled Camilla Speaking in Front of Black People. And that one's just a funny video to tie all this shit together. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is the first video of Harris's new accent.
You better thank a union member for the 5-day work week. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. You better thank a union.
I can't tell if her voice is cracking or if she's doing that intentionally. She's like, you better thank somebody who don't leave. Like, why are you doing that? Tremolo with her voice. Like, I don't know why she's doing that. She's like, like, what is that? Here's part 2 of this bullshit.
Let's just get through the next 64 days. How about
It's funny because her Detroit accent sounds like dog shit. We don't sound like that here in Michigan. Like, she sounds like she's from like Louisiana or something. Like, she's trying to put like a southern kind of draw in it, but I don't know. It's like she watched Big Mama's House before coming on the stage. She's just snapping her fingers and shaking her head and all that shit. Anyways, this is Camilla speaking in front of black people.
Back before the war broke out, I was a saucier in San Antone. I bet I could call up some of them greens. Yeah, noodle some crawfish out the patty, yo. I made some crab apples for dessert now, yeah? Hey, yeah. Ha! Back before the war.
Oh my god. That last part gets me every time. He's like, ha! just getting it out there. Cracks me up. Hyena Harris sound like more of a dumbass every day. Can't believe it. Just can't believe it. The accent thing is too much. The accent and the cackling combo is just, that's more Hyena Harris than I want in a lifetime. It's just, I don't like it. Well, hooligans, that is all the news I had for you guys today. We have a feel-good video, and we have a funny video of the day coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Hyena Harris, her brand new accent, and the cackling is back. But first, I want to remind you guys for our last reminder of the day. If you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the Linktree link in order to send donations. You can do that using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. We're going to read through the chat really quick and we'll get on to our feel-good video of the day. It's titled, Trump Wants to Make America Great, Great Again for Everyone. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat. Mr. Beansbean, shut the fuck up, Camilla. I've been calling her Camilla. That's Camilla right there. And Horse Drinker. They're quite the duo. Mr. Beansbeans, I am McLovin. Chicka chicka, yeah, yeah. I used to watch that movie a lot. Snooks, you sounded like a sick goat. I don't know what she's doing with her voice, though. I don't know. It's vibrato. She's doing something. She's doing something weird with her voice. She's like, ee. Why? Why are you doing that? Just stop doing that shit. I couldn't tell if she was doing it on purpose, like it was some sort of speech technique, or if she's trying to keep her voice from cracking. You know, when you're like you're stretching out a word, you're emphasizing on that word, but sometimes your voice will crack and you'll just suddenly stop, you know, mid-syllable or whatever. It sounded like she was hitting that, but trying to force it through. Her vocal cords have taken a pounding, so, you know, it's hard to say. It's hard to say why her voice is saying that, sounding like that. 10 Man, we don't claim that bitch. 10 Man, I knew when I said that. I know she ain't from Louisiana. She's just talking like she's from there. It's cultural appropriation, but it's fine when Democrats do it. You know, I mean, they're ripping dudes' hair out. I remember during the lockdowns, they were beating the shit out of white dudes for having dreadlocks and stuff. And I know because everybody was sending me these videos because I had dreads. I was like, go ahead and try it, fucking try it. But they were saying that white people can't have dreads or braids or any of that stuff because it's cultural appropriation. That's only for black people. That's not for white people. But now we got Hyena Harris pretending that she has accents from other cultures. But that's okay, because she's a Democrat. So she's allowed to do that. It's okay when they do it. And just stupid. So stupid. Cassandra, that movie was so funny. I've never seen the actual movie before, but I want to after that clip. Hair juicer Medea 2024. Is that what it is? That's what it's looking like. It really is a dude in a dress, isn't it? I can't think of his name. What's the guy's name from Medea? I can't think of his name. I haven't thought about that since the Boondocks. It was like the second or third season, and Granddad went to go hang out with a Medea lookalike or whatever. I don't know. Tom, she's pandering to the crowd. She's trying, but a lot of people who talk like that, they don't like it when people are pretending to talk like that. It looks offensive, right? You talk a certain way when people come to, right? Like if you had a southern accent and people came to town, they were like, howdy y'all, and they're just talking like pretend, right? They're pretending to sound like that. It's offensive because it's like they're making fun of you or whatever. And so to go to Detroit and pretend like you're talking, as if you're from Detroit, it could be offensive to certain people, but I doubt there's any real people being at a Harris event. I don't want to call it a rally. I'm sure there wasn't a whole lot of rallying going on. But either way, Mr. Beans, phony baloney, Camilla. Yep. Cassandra, cultural appropriation at its finest. Absolutely. Zero, that is not a Michigan accent. I know. It's so funny. She tries so hard and just fails even harder. Blue review, Chameleon Camilla. I prefer a 4-day work week, bitch. Yeah, exactly. You better think of union. I don't know what she was doing. It's too much. Too much. Snooks, get in my car to come pick the chapstick up. I got this. All right, Snooks. I appreciate it. Cassandra, Camilla's throat is used to having stuff going in, not words coming out. I think so. That's what was going on. Her vocal cords are freaking out. They're like, vocal cords are like, you're usually not blowing this hard. It's usually suction going on. Mm-hmm. Camilla. Yeah, breeze by you. Zero, Tyler Perry. Yeah, I think that is who did Medea. Tyler Perry. Snooks, I do have a southern accent. Well, but you wouldn't, well, I don't know. It's debatable, but a lot of people don't like it when you're imitating their accents and stuff. I don't know what my accent sounds like. I can't hear it. Everybody says Michigan accents sound nasally, like our voices up here. I can't hear it. I can hear it when people are in the UP. And they start sounding Canadian. I can hear that they're not Canadian, and I can hear that Michigan accent. I don't hear it in my own voice. So I've never had anybody come to the area and then start mimicking Michigander accents because I wouldn't even hear it. I don't think I'd even know. But if I was in a southern area and people from outside the area come in and they start imitating the language, I don't think I would. I'd be like, I don't think it's necessarily offensive itself. It's the fact that you have to question if they're mocking you. That's where the offense comes in my belief. I wouldn't care if somebody was trying to talk like a Michigander, though, because I feel like our accent's not that strong compared to like a southern accent, or like, like when people who speak Chinese and stuff and they come to America, their language is broken pretty much the whole time they're here. It takes generations to get that accent to go away because they enunciate words so much differently. But if you get around them and you start, mimicking broken English with a Chinese accent, that could be offensive, Russell, you do sound nasally. That's what I've always heard, is that Michiganders sound nasally. Tom throat meal. Yep. It's Hyena Harris's favorite. Zero, yeah, we say salad or Saturday. Hubby's fam makes fun of me all the time. Really? I'm trying to think. I've been told I sound like a Michigander, but I don't know what it is. I've heard that you can hear I sound really Michigan when I do the Pledge of Allegiance. I've heard that a couple times now. Breeze by you. People always think I'm from Kentucky. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Russell, I sound Southern. Yes, you do, Russell. You do sound Southern. You and 10 Man. When you guys are talking, I could point it out on a map. Snarks, you say a couple words Southern style, like yes. I think that's from hanging out with my grandpa. I can't remember where my grandpa's from this moment. I normally know, but he's from somewhere near the center of the country, and he used to say like, well, we gotta go wash the clothes, we gotta wash the dishes, stuff like that. I can't remember but I think that stuff left an impression on me. So I think that's why some words I say don't really sound Michigan. Thank you so much, Cody, for that $5 donation on Rumble. I appreciate you, Cody. You're a badass. Says, these are good movies to see lately. Wag the Dog, The Warriors, 1984, just for fun. But thank you, Cody. I'm pulling it up, and I will check it out after the live. Awesome. Appreciate you, Cody. Wayward, I think you sound like us here in Ohio. I feel the same way, Wayward. When I hear people from Ohio, I feel like they sound just like people here in Michigan. And I think that's really funny because the sports made Ohio and Michigan not like each other. Sports-wise, it's not like bad shit. But a lot of times when you hear people bring up Ohio and Michigan, people start moaning and groaning. I'm sure it's the same way in Ohio. When people bring up Michigan, it's moaning and groaning and whatnot. It's a sports thing. But when I hear Ohioans talk just like Michiganders, the accent sounds the same to me. I can't hear the difference. Thank you so much, Flea Speech, for that $5 donation on Rumble. You're a badass. Thank you so much. Says, thank you, Jeff Max, Snooks. Y'all hooligans, stay safe and brave. Love from Denmark. You're awesome, Flea Speech. Thank you. Paul can't stand a Californian accent. What is a Californian accent? I mean, surfer dudes is the only kind of, I'm like totally tubular, dude. And like that's the only California accent I know. I've never heard a woman talk like that either. So I wonder. Zero milk versus milk. Yeah, milk. That's yeah. Live review. That's why our actors are so good. They don't know how to be anyone other than who they are told to be. Yep, you're right, Live review. You are right. Snooks. At times, if I've been doing voice chat with a person for a while, my accent can rub off. Yeah, Snooks. I get like that when I get around people who speak Spanish and they start talking English, but they have that Spanish accent. I start enunciating words with that Spanish accent just from being next to them too long. And I hate it. It's embarrassing to me because I can speak a little Spanish, but I can't speak enough Spanish. Definitely not enough Spanish to be talking with a Spanish accent. And so it drives me nuts. And it used to happen at the factory all the time because there's a lot of Mexicans that work there and they'd be speaking Spanish. And that's how I was learning Spanish, just from working with them. But then we'd be in the break room, we'd be talking about whatever. And then in the middle of my sentences, I would enunciate a word with like a Mexican accent just from sitting next to him for too long. And I hate that because it's not intentional. 10 Man Oil is pronounced Earl. I can't even say it. Oil. Yeah, Russell Oil. Yeah. Breeze by you. Yeah, you don't seem to have an accent to me. Only a couple of words. Yeah. Cassandra, California accent is when somebody says everything like a question. That's how Canadians talk too. They end on an up instead of a down. Instead of being like the end, it's the end. Like it comes up. Like there's a question mark at the end. Ted Man toilet is pronounced toilet. You guys. Hair juicer, when I'm in LA, my friend says I have an accent. After a while in LA, my friends say, wait a minute. Oh, I see what happened there. Yeah, hair juicer. What's up, Jump Offa? Happy Freedom. Freedom Chain, I'm from Louisiana and we are red. Probably why she's trying to speak it. Yeah, Freedom Chain. It could be. She needs to stop faking. That's what she needs to do. She needs to stop being fake, you know. What's up, Enter User? Happy Freedom to you. Tony, she was singing her words. Yeah, she was. Afroman, you got a Harley? Hell yeah. I've heard that those cruisers are pretty nice. I don't know anybody that's got a Harley, but my dad's got a cruiser. I can't remember what he has or had. I haven't talked to him in a while. He might not even have motorcycles anymore. But I want to say he had a Honda or something like that. And he always said that he had a better time riding cruisers than any kind of crotch rocket because they're more comfortable to ride. You're not like sitting forward so much. You get to sit back a little bit. Mitchell, telling a cash register person to cash out change is scary. Yeah, they can't read analog clocks. They can't count change. Like I was saying in the beginning of the live, in 15 years, we're going to see how much damage has been done with all these changes that have happened in America over the last couple of years. And the kids not being able to read analog clocks or count change is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. These people aren't going to understand how to drive cars. They're not going to understand how to like feed their kids. Like that, I think that's going to be the most eye-opening thing is when these people start having kids and bad shit's happening. Like bad shit's in the news. Bang, bang, bang. And you're like, why the fuck is it every day 25 kids are dying in Chicago and shit? Because the dummies who suffered through COVID and the transgender shit and all the other bullshit we've been going on in the last 4 or 5 years, they're now passing it on to their kids, you know, and that's when we're going to really start seeing problems. But anyways, leaving that behind, we are getting into our feel-good video of the day, and then we will be running right into our funny video of the day. Our feel-good video of the day is titled, Trump Wants to Make America Great Again for Everyone. And this is a pretty good video. I'm not sure when it's from. Oh, 2019. Either way, let's get this rolling. Everyone wants to meet the MAGA king. So we're going to get right into our funny video of the day. And this is titled, Trump Doesn't Play Games. Got back-to-back Trump videos. We didn't have enough Trump during the live. I figured we had to just leave on a good note, right? This is President Trump Doesn't Play Games.
Dick Don here. I'm hearing rumors that you're locking people up for posting memes. What the fuck are you playing at, you dirty commie cocksucker?
Yes, but because they are far-right thugs saying hurty words and upsetting people.
Listen, I'm going to stick my foot far right up your ass.
You can't do that to me. My dad was a tool maker.
Well, he certainly made a tool for the World Economic Forum.
Don't you bring Davos into this. I'll tell my mummy.
Listen, you slimy bastard, I'll own everything and love it.
She worked in the NHS.
Yes, well, my mom, who was probably the greatest mom there ever has been, came from Scotland. She always told me, Donnie, don't ever let those commie bastards take over the home country. So when I do get reelected, I'm going to invade your fucking country and make Britain great again. It's big.
He said, when I get elected, I'm going to invade your fucking country and make Britain great again. Fuck, I love that. I don't know who made that. But it's so good. It is so good. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to drop this Linktree link in all the chats for you guys. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. We're going to read through the chat, of course. And then we will be wrapping things up. We will be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for Coffee with Hooligans. God, that was so funny. I'm going to watch it again after the live. Just gonna invade your fucking country and make Britain great again. I saw that, was like, there it is. I'm looking at the video of the day right there. Funny video of the day. Well, there you have it, Hooligans. I just dropped the Linktree link in all of the chats for you guys. Use that link to see all of the links provided. Everything I have is listed there. So definitely go join memberships. Join membership programs, purchase any merch, donations, any of that stuff. You can do all of that from the Linktree. But please go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have a news board to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join our Discord. We also have jeffmaclive.com. If you're feeling real saucy, go get yourself a membership. It is the best way to watch the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and links and custom emojis and tag each other and all kinds of stuff right there in the chat while you're watching the live. We also have Hooligans Alley on the website, which is our private social media area. It is kind of like Facebook or Twitter mixed together, but there's no community guidelines, there's no fact checkers, there's no crying liberals, there's no dumb trolls, there's no stupid shit. It is just the way that social media is supposed to be. We also have forums to encourage open discussion. We have an advanced messaging system that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling. We have an arcade. We have all kinds of stuff, and I'm constantly adding to the site and making it better. So definitely go get you a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It is the home of the hooligans. We're going to read through really quick and see what you hooligans thought about today's coffee. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and we'll be wrapping this up. Oh dang, here, juicer. Well, it happens. It happens. I keep forgetting it's Labor Day. My brain's like, it's not Labor Day, it's Zero's birthday. Fuck holidays. It's a hooligan's birthday. That's all the holidays we need, you know? No, I'm not shitting on Labor Day. Don't you guys start writing me hate mail and all that. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hey, thank you for being here, Dan. You be blessed as well. Zero, that would make Matthew happy to make Britain great again. We got to make the world great again. That's what we got to do. Say that out loud. It feels good to say that. Make the world great again. That's the real goal. That's what we really need to be doing. Breeze by You, that was awesome. I think so too. Breeze by You, that we're all so happy. Yeah, everyone wants to meet the MAGA king. Breeze by You, notice that Trump didn't have to sniff anyone either. Yeah. Yep, Trump's the man. Just reading through, and we got the pledge coming up. Live It Review, barbecued Saturday, leftovers for days. Badass, Live It Review. It's been so long since I've had barbecue, at least 10 years. I can't grill here where I live, and I don't want to go all the way out to the state park just to grill. That's stupid. What's up, Fremont Art? Happy freedom to you. Appreciate you joining us. Hey, thank you, Wayward. I appreciate you. Thank you, Kung Fu. Matthew, shall we stand for the pledge? I would, but I can't, because you guys would be pledging allegiance to my wiener. Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate you being here. You rock, Pumpkin. All right, hooligans. Zero, your special chocolates. Oh, I was going to say, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but you're not talking to me. That's okay. Well, hooligans, it is that time again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There we go. Did the thing. Did mute myself. Let's get these beats rolling. We're going to read through the chat one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But we'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Russell, no pantsless Jeff streams. What do you mean? That's all we have. What are you saying? Are you saying you wore pants to the live today, Russell? Because you know that's a big no-no around here. Oh my God, Snooks, I'm not reading that out loud. Holy. I'm not reading that one out loud. Holy. Well, well, that is something. That is something. Too old to care. Happy Labor Day. Now get back to work. That's right, too old to care. Appreciate you being here. God, that's... You hooligans crack me up. You guys have a safe Labor Day. Try and go do something fun if you got the day off. You know what's going to happen. We'll be sitting here in the snow pretty soon and we'll be bitching about that. What's up, God Rides a Harley? Happy freedom. Thank you for letting me know, God Rides a Harley. I will investigate all of that stuff. Thank you for the lead. What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. It looks like we are good to go. Russell Snooks made him blush. I didn't even think about that. Always forget that I'm on camera. Snooks, read my comment out loud. Snooks says, I'll do the pledge to that wiener. Stand up. I am so flattered. You guys have no idea. That's all I wanted in life, you know. I just pledge allegiance to this wiener. God, please save us. That is so funny. Oh my God. Okay. Who? All right, hooligans. I will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap. Love you too, Air Juicer, and Snooks is hot.